Hey guys, I'm putting together a video for those that were interested in the mug that I made and posted in the Cricket Off the Mat Facebook page. I don't normally do videos, so you're gonna have to bear with me a little bit here. I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible. I did want to say I'm not making the mug in this video. This video is just going to be what I used for materials, so that if you are deciding you want to do this, you can get everything you need. I do plan to put together a video of me making another mug later tonight. Hopefully I can make that happen. So I'm going to start by saying this was my first mug with glitter, my first mug with clear casting, definitely my first mug with fabric. People are asking if I'm going to be selling them. I haven't decided yet. My actual main business is making baby shoes. That's why I had this fabric. This is what I do for work. My Cricut's usually my fun place. I don't know if I want to turn that into work. I haven't decided. I guess that is to come. So what I needed, what I had, I used a lot of what I already had, which was this fabric I had for my baby shoes. It's just from Joann's. It's quilting cotton. There's nothing special about it. It's just regular quilting fabric from Joann's. I think I got it for like $4 a yard. You would really only need a very small amount for this. I would say maybe a fat quarter of fabric, if that would even leave excess. So if you got a half yard, it would be probably a couple tumblers you could get out of it. So I used that. I actually used this Mod Podge to adhere it, which is the gloss. It was because it was all I had. It worked great. I didn't have any issues. It did soak into the fabric a little bit in spots more than others. So I decided for my next one, I'm going to try the fabric Mod Podge. I went and bought some yesterday after I made the mug. So I'm going to give this a try next. But the gloss worked fine. If that's all you have, you don't have to rush out to buy this. Use the gloss. It works. I just wanted to see if this made a difference. The glitter is just a fine glitter. I got it at Michael's for $3.99. I might have even used a coupon on it. So, and you can see I hardly used any up in the corner, just a little, and it covered awesome. I did 2 coats on the bottom of the mug, and it covered beautifully. So I did 2 coats. I put the Mod Podge on and then sprinkled a heavy coat of glitter and then let it dry and did the same again, and it worked awesome. So that's that. I used, for the Mama Bear, I used HTV. I used Cricut, HTV, glitter, and scissor, and I just layered them. Of course, it's on the fabric, so that's why I used it. I used my iron to adhere it. Be careful because the Mod Podge will melt. I've learned that. Don't have to have it completely on there because you're going to put the clear casting over it. So just get it on there well enough to make sure that it's not going to fall off during your process. So I made that mistake. I held it on too long. My Mod Podge melted a little bit. The glitter on my transfer sheet got onto my mug, and that is why you see I actually ended up doing glitter over the whole mug. That was not planned. That was to cover up my boo-boo of melting the glitter on the transfer sheet to the fabric a little bit with a Mod Podge. So be careful when you're doing that, when you're, pressing on the HTV. If you decide to go to HTV, you can probably come up with other things. You could probably use vinyl. I didn't know if the vinyl would bleed, so I just went with HTV because I knew that that would probably withstand pretty well. So there you go. That's the decal part of it. Let's see here. This stuff is amazing. That's why it says amazing on it. It's super easy to use. I was scared crapless. I did it. It was awesome. I'm not afraid anymore. Just do it if you haven't done it and you won't regret it. This is the clear casting. Amazing. You use 2 parts of this. You use equal parts. So if I used 15, let me see if I can get it up on my 15 ml right here of both. So 15 of this one, 15 of this one. I dumped it into a Dixie cup. I stirred it really good. Just stir it slowly so you don't get a lot of bubbles. And then what I did, I saw this in a video. I wish I could give credit to the original person who said this. I don't know what video it was. I don't even remember where I watched it. But she made the suggestion of taking that after you mix it and dumping it slowly into another cup. Rather than pouring from the cup you mix in, you dump it into this cup, your second cup, and use that to apply it, because that will alleviate some of the gases, which will alleviate bubbles, and also make sure that you don't have any one solution build up like on the wall that you miss. That's going to get on your cup, and if they're not mixed properly, it's not going to cure right. So that was a good suggestion. It worked. I liked it. Again, this stuff is awesome. I was really worried about it. I thought, you know, it was going to be horrible and scary, but it wasn't. It was really cool, and I'm actually super excited to use this on other projects. This stuff, it's super cool. And as you see, FDA compliant, so you don't have to worry. Once this is on your mug, it's okay to drink from. You can use this on anything that you're going to serve food on or drink from, so that makes it even more awesome. Lastly, some of the tools I used. I don't have my razor up here. I don't have an X-Acto knife. You would think I would. The amount of crafts that I do, I don't. I just used a razor. You're going to need that to cut the bottom of the fabric off when you're done applying your fabric. So an X-Acto knife, a razor blade, brand new, I would suggest, because you're going to want a nice even cut there. So that's another thing. I don't have that up here. I bring the razor up to my office. So that's downstairs, but I do want to mention I used a razor blade to cut that, and paintbrushes to apply the Mod Podge, to apply the clear casting. I use different sizes. I do think I use all of these brushes for something along the way. I don't think you need that many. I'm a little excessive, I think, but anyway, that's what I used. So I think I have everything. Oh, and did I tell you about the tumbler? And this is what I used, the gold tumbler from Walmart. I've seen people use the silver. I have gold because it was on clearance for $1. I bought a bunch of them and I need to find something to do with them. So this was the tumbler I used. I don't think it matters what one you use. I would just suggest using the metal ones that don't have the paint on them. Some of the colored ones, textures are a little bit different, and I just worried if the Mod Podge would adhere to the textured mugs as well. So if you try that, you know, it might work. I couldn't vouch for it. So that is the mug that I used. The results weren't perfect. Many of you probably saw my lovely drill spinner. I need a second coat of epoxy, but I have now decided that I am going to invest in an actual rotisserie spinner. So I'm not going to do my second coat of epoxy until I have that. Someone in the comments did ask to see the seam. This is the seam here on the mug. It's, you know, it's visible. It's not horrible. I mean, you're going to have a butt up there unless you find a way to perfectly line up your fabric, which is not, I don't know if that's going to be possible, but once I get that second coat of epoxy on there, I don't think you're even going to notice it. I do know when I put the first coat on, it's already disappeared some. So the second coat, I don't even know if I'll see that line much more. But yeah, it's turned out pretty good. I think for my first one, I'm happy with it. So if you have any questions, let me know. I am going to try and put together another video of how to make the mug. This video is kind of just to give you guys an idea of what you're going to need and the products that I used. And so tonight I hope to get the video up of actually making the mug. All right, guys, thanks.